charismatic listeners, and welcome to the Flow of an Aquarius podcast, presented by Badstew Productions, and with your host, Panther Forte.
Welcome. How y'all doing? Welcome to another episode of the Flow of an Aquarius podcast. You are getting 2 episodes this week. Consider this a Christmas gift from moi to ya. How has everyone been since the video episode, which was just posted? But around this holiday season, how's everyone been? Y'all good? Y'all mentally there? Because usually, this is a time, the holidays is usually a hard time for some people. So this is just me reaching out and checking on y'all. Even though I can't, y'all are talking to me or not talking to me right now. If y'all are, keep it coming. I can probably hear you from a distance. You just gotta yell real quick. Just yell out your answer, and it'll catch your frequency, and I catch it or something. I don't know. Leave a comment. Same shit. Anyway, just a check up. How y'all doing? I have a few topics that I would love to discuss today, but we're going to start this episode off as we normally would with a little bit of small talk. Hopefully this is not going to be a long episode. I'm going to try to keep it less than an hour, less than 50 minutes if I can. Got a few topics to talk about. But small talk. Everything with me, because I probably like, Panther, Mike, how are you doing? I'm okay. I'm doing good. That's 2 different things. I'm doing good. The time frame for my decline in mental health has ended. Of course, I think I've stated that before on an episode. It has ended. I am doing great. I am all there for the most part. I'm somewhat there. All there is giving myself a little bit too much credit. I'm somewhat there. It's not nowhere near as bad and detrimental as it was before, but I'm there. People who listen to this episode that know me in real life, they ask me, how are things going with the person from the first episode, or that's mentioned in such episodes, and things are interesting. Not in a bad way. They're interesting in a great way because I like learning, right? I like learning about people. Not to flip it around and use it on them because that's manipulative as fuck. I just like learning about people. Like, I get fascinated. Which, here's the oxymoron part, but it makes sense. I don't like people. People get on my fucking nerves, okay? I can't stand people. People be nosy. People have hidden agendas. They tell you one thing that they're not doing, and they end up doing that shit. They just think you're stupid enough to where you don't know. And I am very intelligent. So when somebody's like, oh, no, like, that's not, you tripping. That's not what that is. Like, don't even, and they come up with all these stories and this, that, and the other and tell me some shit. And I'm just like, okay. First of all of this information you're giving and sharing is redundant and obsolete because I don't give a damn. But I let everything keep going. But the fact still remains, I still feel the same way as I did before about not liking people. All these stories, all that shit, it doesn't matter. I still don't care. Still don't like you. I know you're lying. It is what it is. It just is what it is. Like, you can catch it. I can catch it. I'm just emotionally intelligent. So, with that part being said, I like learning about people, but it has to be somebody that I like, if that makes sense. It can't just be anybody. I don't care to learn about anybody. I don't care at all. It has to be somebody that I actually like or that I'm interested in. Like, learn their color, learn how they handle things, learn their emotions, learn their body language. It's just like a connection being built kind of thing. So it's going interesting in a very great way. I'm not gonna tell y'all, but it's funny because I catch things uh, with this person, and it makes me laugh. It's not in a bad thing that I catch. It's not like, oh, I caught you, lying to me, and it's nothing like that. It's um, things that they say because I keep them private, right? And they keep me private. But it's things that I say on here, how is two people um in one form, things like that. That kind of throws y'all off. This thing that they do is um never mind. Fuck it. We won't get into this episode. Everything is fine. Everything is good. We won't get into this episode. I got to keep it short. I just realized that I got to keep it short. I'm already almost 6 minutes in this goddamn intro. Everything is great. Everything is great for the most part. Now we're gonna dive into this first topic, okay? And this is one of those things that I was just talking about with this person a couple, like, last week or 2 weeks ago. Have y'all, or do y'all get um the luck of the draw, the short end of the stick when it comes to seeing some crazy, outlandish things and no one else is around, or someone else is around but they don't see it? Like, maybe their back is turned, maybe they're just not paying attention, they're not focused, and you catch some shit, and you're just like, damn, why am I always the one that sees all of this nonsense, this crazy shit? And it kind of, I'm that person. I'm that person that always catches something, and I'm just like, why am I the only one that always sees this type of stuff going down? And there's a situation that happened years ago, and the person was caught. So it's not like I'm saying something I witnessed and the person's still out there. The person was caught. I was in Georgia, Atlanta area. Yeah, this is Edgewood, um, in Atlanta, where they had like the bars and stuff like that. I was with some friends and my ex at the time, and we were all leaving and heading back to the parking area. There was tons of people out, tons of people. Police was out there and everything. We're all walking back to our cars. Just left the food truck where I dropped my fucking gyro or euro. I dropped my food, right? I tripped over the goddamn, I turned around and tripped over something as soon as I turned around and made my first step. And in an attempt to catch my balance, my food went flying. And I was so goddamn I was so damn mad because I had waited in line, in a long line, and everything for it. Waited for it to be cooked, everything, and then dropped it. Didn't go back and get another one. We're walking back to the car, and there are people who are just lingering around. They're talking, this and the other. I am um, looking straight based on how we park. I'm on the driver's side of the car, and before I open it, I like to observe my surroundings. I look to the left. I see three people, um, and they're like 2 blocks away. But based on how the street was, you can see them on a corner of the second street in like in front. If I could describe this video wise or photo wise, y'all would get a better idea. But I could see them, and it's two guys, and one guy is standing opposite of those two guys. I don't know what happened or what was going on, but next thing I know, I see that one guy pull out a weapon and fire, and one of the guys opposite of him went down, and they take off running. The two other people take off running. They, I mean, it was loud. I mean, it was firing shots, and you see people, they start screaming and stuff like that, panicking. I'm sitting here just looking like, did this shit just happen? Like, I mean, outside, 2 blocks down, where everyone can see them. Like, they didn't care. They didn't give a damn. There was a whole like crowd of people. Police was out. The police start coming out of their cars, and some that was outside already. They start drawing their weapons, and they jump over the little barricade. It's not really a fence, but it was like a barricade that they jump over, and they're searching and they're running and things like that. And cars pull off, police cars pull off, and they go around the blocks and everything. Now, the point of view that I got, because from me just taking my time and looking around, like, okay, I seen which direction these people ran, but no one else, police officers are going the opposite way. There's nobody I can be like, hey, like y'all missing, y'all going the wrong, y'all. No, that's not. I can't say anything because first of all, they gone, they fleeing, they going to try to figure out people getting in the car, jumping off, back into each other and shit. It was crazy. So we get in the car, and I asked everybody, I'm like, hey, did y'all see what just happened? And they're like, no, we just all heard it. Y'all were standing right by me at the car. How did y'all not see it? No one else saw it except for me in the car. I seen how the person looked. I seen this and that and the other. And this is how I know they got caught, because I checked the news the next morning, and both of them got caught. So shit like that. I've seen somebody go down. The person that was shot did pass, according to the reports. But it was just like no one else seen it. And for a second, if I didn't see any report on that shit in the morning, like the next day, I would have started questioning reality. There are so many crazy things that I've seen and no one else have seen. And I'm like, hey, did y'all y'all didn't see that? And everybody like, no. It makes me question reality. It makes me question what's real. I begin to question if I'm in some kind of parallel, if I'm able to see things, and just it looks and feels real and no one else is able to. It happens too frequent. It's been happening for years, for decades, and it happens too frequent for me to not question what the fuck is going on. Am I just that observant? And this goes back to that story I told on a couple episodes ago about that person who was not self-aware, who was in the store, that Lowe's, and thought it was Home Depot. He was in there for 45 minutes, couldn't find what he needed because he thought he was in Home Depot and he was in Lowe's. You are in the entire wrong store. You are not paying a single bit of attention. That makes me question shit. So whenever there's a situation that does happen and me and somebody else look at each other and we acknowledge that we both seen that shit, it's like it feels like you've been working for 48 hours straight, right? And now you're able to get home. You have energy to take a shower and get in bed, into a comfy ass bed. It feels so relaxing to know that I'm not tripping. Cause sometimes I'm like, yo, now this might be me. This might just be me. Cause I thought I saw some shit, but it ain't there no more. Might just be me. But when you make that eye contact, you make that face where you look, and they look at you too. Hell yeah. And it's funny because that's kind of the same connection that me and the 2-in-1 leave-in conditioner has. Wait a minute. That can be taken out of context. That's not what I meant. But that's not what that can be taken completely out of context. I just fuck. Goodness. Welcome to the unhingedness of the Flow of an Aquarius podcast. If this is your first time listening, you just had a deep dive in. Welcome to episode 11. Damn it. But those kind of things do make me question reality. And I know I can't be the only one. I know I can't be. Jeez, I'm not going to make that 30-minute mark or the 40-minute mark. We're already at 15 minutes. But there's been, I'm trying to think of another situation that happened very recently. Oh, This was one that happened. I was, where was I? I was on a hike, like a trail. Now this one kind of, I mean, it is what it is. This one I was on a trail with this is years ago with I said recently, this ain't even it. No, I'm not even gonna say that one. I'm not even gonna say that one. I was at work, one of my jobs, like 2 weeks ago, and I was covering a location, and there was something that somebody did with one of the vehicles that involved them, instead of backing out of a spot and driving off the right way, they went over the goddamn curb, and the they went over the curb with their back, the trunk kind of thing open, and they lost some of their shit. Like, some of their shit fell out, like bounced out, and they kept driving. And the way they did it, it wasn't so like subtle. It made so much noise and caused, like, to me it caused so much attention, because I was like, I turned and I looked and I was like, what the fuck are they doing? That you could, the exit is, there's nothing blocked. I was so lost, y'all. I was at like a whole complete, I was at a loss. And there was two other people outside and two customers, and I was like, did y'all see that? And he was like, no. See what? I said, y'all didn't just see that whole vehicle drop over I said, come on. I said, y'all think I'm tripping. I described it and everything. They was like, nah, we didn't see any of that. So I walk over to where some of their stuff dropped, just to make sure I wasn't tripping, and their stuff was still on the ground. I was like, okay, see, this is some of the stuff that was here, that was in. And it was like, oh yeah, okay, maybe it did happen, but we didn't see it. I wanted to take both their heads and smash them together and be like, I need y'all to focus. I need y'all to focus around y'all. Focus on life. Y'all have one track mind. Y'all are literally only into tunnel vision mode. Y'all only are having tunnel vision mode. Anything in your peripheral or outside, you do not see. You do not see. And that's what threw me off, because we were all looking the same direction. All I did was turn a little to the left, and I seen it. How did y'all not see it? Y'all didn't acknowledge it. Y'all, or maybe they did. Maybe they did see it, and they just fucking with me. Now that is a different kind of awakening and insight. Because if people did see shit and they just fucking with me to make me feel like I'm crazy, we gotta throw hands. We gotta throw hands now. We gotta throw hands. Cause ain't no way, Sway. I refuse to believe some of these situations. I refuse to believe that people did not see. They just refuse to acknowledge. Maybe it's them who refuse to acknowledge reality. Maybe they live in their own world away from like shit that's real. I can see that though, because life is. I can see that though. Life gets, it gets. And speaking of life, when it comes to this is the next topic, by the way, too. And this also goes back to me not liking people. What about me makes people think I'm approachable? Is it the energy that I have that just brings crowds to migrate towards me, or individuals to migrate towards me? Like, what is it? Because I swear I don't walk around like I'm friendly. And I'm not mean, but just my anxiety, my social anxiety. I can't do it. It's annoying. So I don't be in the zone or mood to talk to people for real, and people just start conversation with me who I have no idea who they are. It happens too much. But sometimes it's good. Sometimes I don't mind it. Sometimes I do not mind it. But there are those times when it's just no. Like in the gym, if I'm in the gym and you see me in the middle of a set, don't sit down beside me or stand next to me and start talking to me, because what the fuck is what? I had this happen last month. Somebody was this was an employee who came to me. I was in the middle of doing some tricep extensions and I had my earbuds in, and they come over to me and they start talking to me. And they're talking to me about shit I do not care about. That was annoying. And then on top of that, what makes it even worse, I had to test the confirmation of some of the shit because I stopped my set. I stopped it just for courtesy purposes, not happening again. I stopped it. I heard what they had to say, and then um, who I know someone who works at the place. I asked them or informed them of what happened and tell them some of it. I said, hey, but the way I said, hey, so are they here to train y'all? Because y'all been here for a minute. Are they here to train y'all? And she was like, oh, no, we're training them. I said, oh, because homie who just came and interrupted my goddamn set said that they was here to train y'all because XYZ. And the laugh that she's like, no, you know how long I've been here. I've been with this company on and off since this year or X amount of years. So we're here to train them. She said, that's funny that he said that. I said, yeah, it's also funny that he interrupted me in the middle of my set to talk to me about shit I don't care about. And the conversation went on about that, but it's just the principle of the matter of, bro, why? What makes me approachable to some people? I don't know. Is it my appearance? And I'm gonna say this, and don't take this the cocky way. Am I from this is from what I hear. This is not me saying this is me saying this now, but this is from what I hear. Am I that attractive or in some type of way, whether it's my physique for people who work out, my face, whatever it is? Am I that person that just you're like, oh, I got to speak to them? Because I promise, if that's the case, I'll wear a goddamn ski mask and hoodie, and well, no, because I've been told my build can't hide it. I wear a fat suit with a ski mask and a lock cap. That way, I just go undetected if I need to, because that's ridiculous, and it happens every day, y'all. Every day, every day, every day, every day. It's not a day that goes by where someone in a grocery store is even worse. I try to keep my head. Not want to say I keep my head down, but I just try to not seem approachable to people because I don't be wanting to talk to people when I'm out. I be having my peaceful state of mind. And as soon as somebody who I don't know comes up to me and starts rambling, now it's different if a compliment is being given. Hey, just want to, you're very handsome, or you're very attractive. Just stuff like that. Like that happens before. That happens of many times. And okay, that's cool. I appreciate that. Thank you for that. We keep it moving. And that's completely fine with me. But when someone wants to hold a conversation about something I have no interest in, when the election was here or the election was coming up, I'd be in a store and getting something. I could be getting damn toothpaste and soap. And then somebody next to me, and this happened before, somebody next to me actually said, hey, so I don't know how you feel about politics, but can I ask you a question? I paused for a second. Now, there's memes that come out that says an Aquarius on the outside is happy, whatever, or, just silent. And on the inside, they are chaotic, right? They're on the fringe. They're throwing shit around. But what comes out is, okay, that is true. Because that pause of the silence that I had, I was flipping shit over. I was going to town. And the only thing I said was, I don't care. I don't want to talk. Just no, don't ask me shit. Don't ask me a damn thing. But all I said was, yeah, what's up? And I hated myself for saying that. I'm like, no, no, no. But they asked me, who did you vote for? Here's my thing. First of all, no, I'm going to go ahead and say it. First of all, if the polls and voting is private, people can't look over and see, like this is like a standardized fucking test. It's separate. You can't. Why are you asking me this? I damn near almost put out a non-disclosure agreement from the goddamn air and had him sign it for this type of information. Because number one, I can tell you who I didn't have interest in when it comes to the election, and that should be very well known. Okay. But it is what it is. But just that question right there annoyed the hell out of me. And I try to stay out of politics too. I don't care to talk about politics because everyone has their own goddamn opinion, but no one is really a politician. We live this life. Some things affect us, some things don't. So I don't care to talk about politics. I just care to get shit taken care of and move forward. Right? We have a problem. Okay, we know what the problem is. Let's just come up with a solution. And get the shit situated. That's it. We don't need to linger on a problem. Let's find a solution and move forward. That's that person I am. So when they asked me that, my whole soul just cringed because I knew that was the question coming. It cringed, and I laughed and said, "I can't even say, bro." I said, "I can't even tell you." And he was like, "Oh, you're right, man. I don't even know I asked you that." Yes, the fuck you do. You know why you asked me that. You know why you asked me that. You know why you asked me that. And you got a response that you was not looking for. My bad, bro. Keep it moving. And I want to know how many other people he asked that. Like, just that type of thing. Because I consider that personal business, right? Don't ask me shit that I don't know you. You dive into my personal business. Homie, we ain't even meet for real. We didn't meet for real. I don't. And then there was a line too. Like, we was in a line. And yeah, it was one of those situations. I started looking around. Ain't nobody fucking paying attention. Nobody paying attention. Ain't nobody seeing it. Just me. He was an imaginary person. Didn't even really exist. Just a fragment of my goddamn imagination. Okay. So that was the second topic. I am moving pretty fast to this. Third topic is a hill that I will die on. And this is a very, very, very important hill. I want y'all to listen up and listen close. This is coming from someone who really, really, really don't give a fuck. All right. The hill that I would die on. And I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. The customer, listen now. The customer is not always right. I said it. The customer is not always right. And some of y'all are like, yeah, we know that. Like, duh. Like, of course the customer not always right. They be lying and shit. Of course. But when it comes to business and running shit, the customer is always right. Because without the customer, we don't have any jobs. Fuck that. The customer is not always right. The customer will get you in a situation that you don't want to be in. The customer needs to understand that right of refusal is a thing. Refusing to service is a thing. Ain't no damn way. Ain't no way. Y'all know how many times I almost took my dime. Ooh. What the fuck? Y'all know how many times I almost took my badge off? And how many times I have took my badge off when it came to customers? Now, this is in the past, of course. This is nothing frequent, or nothing recent, I should say. This is nothing recent. This is all in the past. Y'all know how many times I took my badge off because a customer had an issue and I've tried to help them fix the issue I never even caused or knew about. And they just feel the need to take their anger out in words on me, out on me. At a certain point, and I'm like, hey, I understand, your frustration. I let that shit slide. I understand your frustration, and this is me not taking things personal. The customer's pissed off. They're blaming me for everything. I know about blaming me. You're blaming the company. Yeah, okay, I get it, whatever. And they're going off. But when they say, and they're pointing at me and they mean me directly, no longer the company, and they say some off the wall shit. Oh, hold on real quick, fam. Let me because I see we have something to talk about. And outside of this establishment, there's plenty of space and opportunity to get some shit off your chest. Wow, I'm putting your ass to the ground. Like, I see, and I might even rip that shit off your chest. But things like that. That is a hill I would die on. The customer's not always right. Matter of fact, there was a situation that happened yesterday. And this is not to put anybody's business out there, because I'm not saying no names, of course. But there was a situation that happened yesterday where a customer was trying to rent a vehicle without a driver's license. Where does that happen at? You're trying to rent somebody else's shit without the legal documents needed. And it's a moving vehicle on top of that. No, that's not how that works. And they pulled the customer is always right card. I don't understand why it can't be helped. The customer is always right. Motherfucker, you not right. You're left right now. You get your left ass up out of here. You're wrong. You don't understand because you're not trying to understand. You want things to go your way, and that's not how it's gonna happen. That's nowhere. That's no. Because if you get these keys, you know who's gonna lose their job. You know who? It ain't gonna be me, but you know who going to? The person that gave you these keys. You want people to jeopardize their position, which is at their job, which probably has conformed to their lifestyle. Make them give them a living, all of this stuff. You want them to lose a lot of shit because you don't have your driver's license. Man, if you don't make a goddamn trip to the DMV and pay a little bit of money to get a replacement, that is why I chose to talk about that hill I would die on. The customer is not always right, and whoever says that is full of shit. Whoever said, I know why you're saying it. But the answer is no. No. Mm-mm. No. Don't care who's saying it. No. Mm-mm. Another hill I would die on. And this is based on just experience. Anime. And if you watch anime, you know exactly what I'm going to say. I'm not going to talk too much about this one. But I'm going to say anime has the power to influence deep emotion in a different way from regular cartoons. And I mean that. It's the storyline behind it that you register with. And this is a no-brainer for some people. But I've had this discussion years ago, and when people try to debate with me about it, they bring up like things like Courage the Cowardly Dog, how that scared them. And I'm like, okay, yeah, fear is an emotion, but anime does the same thing, right? It can do the same thing. But they're bringing back other cartoons that had an influence on nostalgia instead of an influence over your emotional position, as far as it makes you sad, it makes you feel something, it makes you feel wholesome, it makes you smile because you're happy, it makes you feel frightened, you start shaking, give you goosebumps, give you chills, it registers with you deep down. Like, people were missing that. So like I said, I'm not gonna go too deep into that, but I will say another hill I would die on is anime has the power to influence deep emotion. Anime will have you thinking about somebody that you've never fucking met. That broke your heart, and now you want to sit out in the rain with a too small umbrella. Uh, yeah, like it. I don't know. Anime will do that. Anime will make you connect your entire life to Naruto, and no, anime will have you um out in the open yelling, trying to turn Super Saiyan, because deep down, those deep emotions, again, deep down, you feel as though you have the power and ability to do it, because you love it so much. It makes you so happy, things like that. So yeah. Okay, jumping into this last topic. Since it is the holiday season, and Christmas is literally right there, not even around the corner. That shit is on the front porch. That shit is on the front porch right now. No, not even on the front porch. It is in the back with a s'more. Christmas is in the backyard with a s'more, and an open bottle of tequila, um, with a Corona on the ground and a lawn chair. So it is right there, literally right there. So the best and worst Christmas. I'm gonna see if I can not make this too long, because we are at 37 minutes now on this episode. I'm not gonna say anything too crazy, um, but one of the worst Christmases I've experienced was when I was a child. So there is someone who is in my family, um, who is not actually blood related, but it's by my stepdad, right? Um, we were at the house, and they had made Christmas dinner, like Thanksgiving dinner, but they made Christmas dinner. So everyone is sitting around eating before we open presents and things like that. Like I said, I was a child. I remember everyone getting presents and me sitting around, like we're all sitting around in a circle, and everyone getting presents from under the tree. They're being picked from under the tree by one of the adults, or and given because they got a name on them. I was the only one. Now keep in mind, this is my air quotes family, right? I remember sitting around and being the only one without a present. I'm a kid. It didn't have to be anything extravagant, but I was the only one without a box in my goddamn hand. No, nothing wrapped, nothing. And this is how much little thought went into the fact of care for me, by this person. This was a realization when I realized, damn, you really don't like me, and I don't even know why. I never done shit to you. After everyone opened their gifts and showed everyone what they got, um, everybody got up. One of the adults was like, "All right, you guys, let's all go play." I got pulled to the side. Um, my aunt went to her purse and gave me some money. That was my Christmas gift that year. Everybody else got fucking toys, two gifts, three gifts. They got things that they wanted. Easy bake fucking oven back then. And I got what, $20? I mean, this was the 90s. I got $20, and that was, for a kid, it was crushing because of not having like Christmas gift. But what really crushed me is the fact of I never saw that person the same after that. Never saw them the same. Didn't I? That was a moment of clarity that I realized the person whose house we were, you don't like me. And I started watching them as I got older, and I realized, damn, you really don't want me in your family. And I'm a child. I'm still a kid at this point. I didn't do anything to you. I haven't. If anything, I'm the quietest one and the sweetest one. I'm the one that don't make a lot of noise. I'm the one, it just really set me in a different place in terms of them. And even to this day, I don't even see them the same way. Uh, Now they have health issues. They were nasty to me growing up. They were mean. They had some nice moments, but they were pretty mean. I know why they had the nice moments. They had the nice moments because of my stepdad. But other than that, they didn't care for me. Um, so them being in the position they are now mentally, where they can't remember who I am, does not even bother me. It's it does not even bother me because hell, you never gave a fuck about it me anyway. So you're not remembering who I am is good for me. It feels very good because I don't have to socialize with you and make sure everything. I don't have to act like everything is okay. I can just go about my fucking day and not even act like I know who you are. I like it. Not it is what it is for them, but as far as the memory of me being gone from them, I like it. I like it. Don't remember who I am at all, please. Fucking please don't. Um, but that was the worst. One of the best Christmases I've ever had um, was as an adult. Was as an adult, and this was um, this was my ex. This was the first year we were together. That Christmas, I had spent a good bit of money on lipstick because she liked lipstick, um, and she had got me the a watch, and it was an Invicta watch, which I love Invicta, the brand. It was a gold and black watch, and I was looking at it the night before too. I was looking at that same watch the night before. So we're opening gifts, and I opened that one, and I was like, I see the box, and I'm like, okay, and you wait, okay, but I wore Invicta watches, so it's kind of a day giveaway. And I open the box and I see the color of the watch. I was like, ain't no way I was just looking at this shit last night. So that was a thumbs up on that one. And then I opened another box for another gift that she gave me, and it was some nice ass Oxford dress shoes. And for those who know me, I like to get suited and booted. I do. I like to get dressed up and go to um, do fancy shit, do business shit, um, look important because I am, right? I like to do that type of stuff. Not all the time, but when I do have to go do it, I love to look nice while doing it. So those shoes I still have, I still have both of them, but that was back like 2016. So that was a while ago. Um, After that, and it's not so much the gifts that made it a good Christmas. It was just the thought of damn, like okay, you know me, and this is the first year. Okay, you know me. Um, then afterwards, we went to her aunt and uncle house, and they had food going on. They had games going on, so we were playing these games and stuff like that. And got a gift from over there. I can't remember what the hell I got from over there. But it was the feeling, the energy that made everything feel good. So that was actually, yeah, that was an adult good Christmas. As a kid, I was 11 when this one happened. I went back home to Louisiana for winter break, and I got to see my family, my cousins, everything. Now, this is I think I've told this story. No, this is not the same one. This is not the same one. But I had got the scooter when the scooter first came out. Not the Razor scooter. I can't remember the brand that I had. But it was the next popular under the Razor. But I had got that. Man, I loved it. I remember the feeling. My cousins on their bikes. They had got new bikes for Christmas. It was my little cousin's birthday because his birthday's the day after Christmas. So we had chocolate cake and everything, and I'm not a fan of chocolate cake, so that was kind of but it was just the vibes and energy that year that I clearly remember. Um, I've also I smacked that scooter into my shin so many goddamn times that year. You know how you have a scooter and you take it by the handlebars and you kind of put it on the front wheel and you go to kick it so that way it spins around and jump on it. Yeah. So I would try to jump on it, but I would shift the handlebars forward too much to where it would kind of, instead of being level in a horizontal plane from the ground, it would stay up more into an acute angle and lift up towards my goddamn shins and catch me every time. I hated it. That's the only thing I could say that did not make that year good or that Christmas good. My shins was all bruised up. I had a knot on my right one. I remember this too. I remember this. I was letting them ride my scooter because I stopped caring. I wanted to ride a bike so that way I didn't get hit in the shins anymore and I could sit down. I didn't have to put any real pressure on my legs. I remember trying to raise the handlebars up on the scooter from where they put it at, adjusted it because they're shorter. And I put the handlebars up, but I didn't lock the thing in. So I caught myself trying to jump off the sidewalk with the scooter. And I pulled the handlebars all the way the fuck off. Trying to lift up the scooter to jump. I pulled the handlebars off. And I'm holding to the handlebars while I'm still standing on the platform with the wheels. And it just goes sideways. And I go sideways. And yeah, it was fall off the curb, everything. It was damn, maybe was that even a good Christmas for real? I'm starting to think about it. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was just full of torment and I just suppressed a lot of it. I think I just suppressed a lot of it. Maybe that wasn't the best concept. I should have just stuck with the one for 2016. Damn. I'm starting to realize that's how I still got some of these scars. It makes sense. But I said I was going to try to get this done before the 50-minute mark, and I'm at 47 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and end this episode. I hope that gave y'all a good bit of laughs. This is a 2-for-1 week. Second episode this week for y'all. Again, this is a Christmas gift or whatever you celebrate around this time of the year. It is the holiday season. And this is another one. I hope y'all have a great holiday. Y'all may have a New Year's episode. Who knows? Y'all may have a New Year's vlog. It just depends of how this is going to go. This year, this year I'm not going to be with family. I'm going to be either by myself for most of the time or with a friend. So that's me based on situations and my decision. So don't feel sad, but I'm not going to be with family this year. I wasn't with family last year either. I think I'm starting to realize some things, some real things, and about myself and just about my life and how I grew up and how everything is coming forward. And I'm really just backing off from a lot of things. But those of y'all who are not with family, y'all are not alone. Those of you who are with family, enjoy it, cherish it, be grateful. And once again, happy holidays. Panther Forte, out. Oh, wait. Before I go, please subscribe or like, share this with your friends, leave a comment. This is a very interesting show as I keep getting reviews about from people who know me, but please let me know where y'all are tuning in from. This is on Amazon Music, Audible, YouTube, and Spotify. I can't put it on Apple Podcasts because I don't have Apple. Actually, I can't put it on Apple Podcasts. I do have an Apple ID. I just don't have an iPhone or any Apple product. But the other podcast that I was hosting is on Apple Podcasts. Anyway, let me know where y'all coming from. Okay, ending the episode. Panther Forte, out.